Good morning, guys. I wanted to share with you a story that just recently happened during appraisals. It is an outlier, but it's extremely important, especially for those who are considering and selling their home, and things to consider when hiring a realtor. In my opinion, experience trumps any potential savings that you think you're getting up front with a lower commission agent, and I'll explain to you why in this example. So I am currently the listing agent in a property here in Wesley Chapel. We're under contract and the appraisal came back. Now it came back low. The other agent, the buyer's agent, sent me a copy of what was supposed to be the appraisal. When I got the email, I looked at the report, and again, it was not in your traditional uniform appraisal format report that I've seen over and over throughout the years, which typically looks like you have the subject property and then the comparables 1, 2, and 3, and then the licensed appraiser basically assesses how they came up with the valuation for the subject property, the property that you are selling. So I immediately questioned it. A, is it maybe that this is a new format? Or B, is it, why are you sending me this? Okay, upon further investigation, the report that I was sent was not the actual appraisal. It was what's called a collateral desktop analysis report. After I pressed to get the actual appraisal, I did receive it, and that appraisal report actually over appraised the property that I am currently selling. But what ends up happening is that when a home is appraised and the report comes back to the lender, it goes through underwriting. And basically what that means is that the underwriting department put it through, I guess, check and balances to make sure that the buyer is not overpaying for a property, or, it basically checks for any red flags. This particular report came back as a red flag that it could potentially be overappraised, which caused a collateral desktop analysis, meaning that someone actually had to do further investigation on what they felt the subject property value was. And basically that's when they lowered the appraisal that this original appraisal report came back at. And not only was it lower, but now it was under value from what the sale prices that we were under contract. So experience kicks in, a lot of negotiating had to take place. I had to properly explain this to my clients so that they fully understood the entire process of how the appraisal system works, what are the differences between the two reports, how are we going to handle this short appraisal now, how are we going to negotiate with this buyer that we're under contract. The point is that you don't realize when you are a seller, you think that negotiating a licensed agent who is either A, not a full service agent to help you, is okay because the process is so easy, anyone can do it, or B, we're going to hire someone maybe with not as much experience, or we're going to go with that person because they're charging a less commission. And I tell you, stay far away from that. And I'll tell you why. It's because for this very example that I'm encountering, which is very rare, but it can happen, and it's just one of many stories that I have. Had I been a newer agent, I probably would have accepted the desktop appraisal as an appraisal report, which it is not. And it could have costed my clients thousands of dollars, for just accepting what this document was supposed to be. Negotiating could have not been as favorable to my clients. So there's a lot of different things that could have transpired. Ultimately, we're still under contract. We're moving to the next phase. But again, that savings that you thought you got, you're paying for it in the back end or when you have a future problem. Again, it's very rare, but it does happen, and I will talk about that a little bit more on the next video. Exactly what does it mean when an appraisal comes in and it goes into the underwriting. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or you want to sell your home, give me a call and we can chat. Have a wonderful day. Bye.